All right, let's get started on our cold-poached salmon nicoise salad with crispy potatoes. So we'll make the crispy potatoes later, but first we have to poach the salmon. So I have this beautiful cut of salmon. It's 1 pound. I'm gonna check for bones, but first I wanna get the poaching liquid put together. I need to grab a cup of water. You really wanna get a lot of flavor into your poaching liquid. That's what's gonna give your salmon even more flavor. And then a cup of dry white wine, crisp, dry, light. And as this simmers, all the alcohol will cook right off. Then get a little bit of mustard, some Dijon mustard, just a tablespoon. That lemon I zested earlier for the ice cream, just gonna put that juice in here. I'm gonna put this guy in too and really get a lot of lemon flavor in there. Get another lemon, get this sliced up. And what's gonna happen with this guy, we're gonna make some beautiful slices, and the slices will go right on top of the salmon. And then as the salmon cools, the slices will cool on top too, and just keep adding lemon flavor. All right, what goes great with salmon? Dill. So we're gonna grab some dill. Get about 4 or 5 sprigs in there. You really wanna flavor up that water. Just tuck them in there. Also looks really pretty. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. The higher you go, the more it evenly distributes. We have this gorgeous piece of salmon. It's gonna go into this beautiful, simmering, bubbly water. Nestle that right in there. And this has skin on, because when this comes out of the poaching liquid, it's gonna be very delicate, and the skin is gonna help keep all of the meat together. And this only needs to poach in here for about 10 minutes. Get the little lemon slices on there. Cover it right up. Let the salmon poach so it cooks all the way through. It's my favorite fish. We're also gonna make the potatoes a little bit different. Usually nicoise has boiled potatoes. Well, we're gonna boil them, but then we're gonna add a little extra kick to them. Now let's get the potatoes into a pot. We need water to cover them, cold water. You wanna get about 4 inches over, give them room to boil and move around. Turn the heat up. I'm gonna turn it on high. We really wanna get those potatoes boiling. We have some Yukon Golds, cute little bite-sized potatoes. Get a nice amount of salt in there. It's gonna help flavor the potatoes. So while those boil, we'll get our dressing together. I wanna make a dressing that kind of calls back to the poaching liquid we made for the salmon. So we're gonna start with a little white wine vinegar, and then we'll flavor it with some mustard, Dijon. Then we need a little garlic powder and some dill. Okay, now we need some salt and pepper. We need olive oil. This helps emulsify too, otherwise it would just be vinegar. And you can really decide what you like. You can do half and half, or you can put more oil if you'd like. And shake it right up. There you go. That's how easy it is to make dressing. Let's look at the potatoes. Potatoes look nice and done. So we're gonna turn the heat down. But I'm not gonna throw this water out because we have 3 different ingredients that need to be boiled today. In a classic nicoise, there are boiled potatoes, haricots verts, which are the green beans, and we also need to boil some eggs. So instead of throwing this water out, I'm gonna use it 3 times. It's fine, it's salted water. And we're only gonna boil these for 7 minutes because what we really want is a nice jammy yolk. And then in the meantime, the salmon that has been cooling on the back counter, which looks absolutely beautiful and smells even better. And yes, we have a nice cooled salmon, but I want it colder, so we're gonna put it in the fridge. And I need to get some ice for an ice bath for the eggs. There we go. It's got a nice gentle boil happening. They're ready to come out. Pull the eggs right out. And then we'll leave this water here for the haricots verts. Let's move this out of the way. I can hear the water boiling. So let's get these beautiful beans into the boiling water. They just need to blanch, just to soften up, tenderize, and then they can come out. And while that's happening, let's get these potatoes smashed.
I'm using the bottom of the glass to flatten these.
When you flatten it like that, you see how the inside of the potato that gets exposed, the skin kind of cracks up, and that's gonna get crispy. So you wanna get the pan started and get a little olive oil in here. Just enough to coat the surface. A little salt and pepper. Now we're just gonna season one side, and then the seasoned side's gonna go down into the hot oil. So each potato now is gonna go into the oil. I'm flipping it over so that the seasoned side is down. And make sure that the potatoes, they can touch, but you don't wanna lay them on top of each other because you don't want them to steam anymore. You want them to really crisp up. Get in there. Okay, now that the other side is exposed, we can get the rest of them seasoned on this side. Okay, we'll let those cook and crisp up. Drain the beans, and I want them to stop cooking gonna get them right into ice bath, let them cool off. Get these guys flipped. Oh yeah, look how pretty. Okay, we'll let that other side get crispy and start chopping up the lettuce. We've got 2 heads of frisée, which is classic French. This has been cleaned, a little bit of romaine. You just start chopping away. So we'll get this guy on. That's a beautiful, nice base. Got some really pretty cherry tomatoes right here. Let's get some Kalamata olives. I think the potatoes are done, so I'm gonna turn the heat off. Oh yeah, looking gorge. Okay, let's get these potatoes off the heat so we don't add hot potatoes to a cool salad. Okay, those are gonna cool off. So I'm gonna chop these into bite-sized pieces. So I'm gonna put them all around. They're nice and chilled. Time for the salmon. You just pull some of it off of the skin, just lay it everywhere. It's beautiful, look at that gorgeous pink color. And then we have our eggs. Just wanna show you that gorgeous jamminess. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And last but not least, those cooled potatoes. Lay those in wherever you like. That's perfect. Love it. Got a little olive, the salmon. I'm gonna grab the egg last. That looks so delicious. Just get a little bit of that on. And then dig in. Let's get a little bit of this egg, a little bit of the salmon. So many different flavors going on. Salmon is just so creamy and so tender, and the egg is really cooked perfectly. And then we got this really lovely crispy potato. This is so delightful.